welcome to Ratchet Astrology in 2021 with your girl, Ivory Star, your favorite back alley astrologer. Make sure you subscribe to this YouTube channel and share this video when we get done if you know somebody else who can use this information. So let's get right into it, because a bitch gotta go to work. For real, for real. So we're doing Ratchet Astrology a little bit different in 2021. In 2021, I'm not going to get so much into your personal sun sign readings just because there is so much more to you than your sun sign. So follow me on Instagram at 1BLKMDNA, 1BLKMDNA. So if you have any questions about your chart, if you would like to look up your natal chart, go through it or anything like that, I'm available for all of that. So that's where we're going to leave that stuff at. I'm going to talk to you about planetary actions and things that can help us all, okay? So we're going to get right into it. So today, 1/13/2021, new moon in Capricorn. So what is a new moon? New moon is a time that we use to set our intentions. It's when the visibility of the moon is basically at zero, and this is a time of setting intentions, new beginnings, and anything that has to do with a fresh start, okay? Capricorn is the sign of steadiness, security, strategy, saving your coins, making your coins. All those things, are all around Capricorn. That is what Capricorn is all about. Management, So we have a new moon in the sign of steadiness, security, and strategy, which means this is a good time for you to set your intentions on what your next plans are for your security and your stability. So, we're talking about budget planning. I've been hearing so much in the news about, stock markets and investments and stuff like that. And this is the time for that. This new moon in Capricorn is giving you the energy that you need to strategize for your stability and your security. But that's not all that we got going on. In the sign of Capricorn, let me take a sip of my coffee real quick. I can feel the little coming on. Woo, really getting into it this morning. So listen, that's not all that we have going on. So I'm just going to break it down to you about what's going on with these planets, you know what I'm saying? And this is energy that we all can use. And again, if you would like to get into your personal natal chart, you can DM me on Instagram and we can talk about it. But right now in Capricorn, we have the planet Venus. And remember, Capricorn, the planet of steadiness, security, and strategy. We have the planet Venus, which is the planet of love, beauty, art, relationships, and pleasure. So maybe you're trying to get grounded and, stabilize your relationships. Maybe you are ready to start a new beauty regimen. Maybe it's time for you to get out and explore different areas of your creativity and art and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's time for you to, up your pleasure a little bit. You're grown, you're human, sex is a need. Maybe it's time for you to, start looking at those things different. What do you want out of your sexual relationships, your love relationships, your family, your friend relationships? And, Venus being in Capricorn while this new moon is going on, it's gonna highlight all of that. You are just going to be thinking about all the things that you could just reset and start over and really get a hold of this thing, because you want to be stabilized. You don't want to just be financially stabilized. Yes, Capricorn is a grounded sign, and those ground signs, those are those earth signs, those are our signs of our body and material possessions and the way we make money and how we stabilize our homes and stuff like that. But this is also a time of emotional stability. We have been through a lot of different traumas coming out of 2021. And remember, in my grand conjunction video, I never told y'all that it was going to be roses and peaches in 2021. I told y'all that all hell was gonna break loose and then everything might get better. Then we're trying to become a better humanity, but that means that old traditions and old things have to be broken down first. So we have a new moon in Capricorn right at the beginning of January. So we also have the sun. The new moon is going to be in Capricorn, but the sun, the sign of, the planet of vitality, individuality, where we get ourself and our life from, our life force, and all those things, because, that's the sign that, That's the sun is what highlights your main zodiac sign, you know, the sun sign in the zodiac. So that is where we are at when we have this new moon in Capricorn. Maybe it's time for a new beginnings within yourself. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it's time for you to start your self-care regimen. It's time for you to get on track with your spirituality. It's highlighting and exposing self. This sun shining in this new moon in Capricorn is just going to, you know, open up to you opening up you to you. It's time for maybe new beginnings within you. Maybe it's time for you to shed that old skin and go ahead and step into a new light, a new skin. We also going to support this is going to be the Pluto in Capricorn as well. So we have Pluto, the planet of transformation, in the same sign as the sun and Venus. So, you know, this is going to mean overhaul in your relationships. So the new moon, when you're setting your intentions and you're putting out there, and if you do not write and if you do not journal, can I suggest that you start this right now? And this is a perfect time by setting your intentions. What is it that you want to see? What is it that you are setting your intentions on? What is it that you're going to put your energy and your driving force behind, making sure to see that you see to it that it happens? And if it has anything to do with your relationships or yourself or things that you want to start, then this is the time to set your intentions for it. So not only does Capricorn have all that planetary action going on, Venus, Sun, Pluto, and the new moon all being in Capricorn, Aquarius, where we started this great conjunction last month, still has, Saturn and Jupiter occupying the sign of Aquarius, but we also have Mercury. So Aquarius is a sign of independence, analysis, firm opinions, really, strong opinions, progressiveness, and also the sign of the internet because of, Aquarius' main characteristic being friendliness and the ability to connect people, and that's what we do using the internet. And then we're going into this technological age and also the age of Aquarius, so it's also the sign of the internet. So look, we have Mercury, the planet of communication and the mind, hanging out in Aquarius. So, maybe you're expanding in that area. You are becoming a little bit more analytical. You're looking at things in a clearer light. You're looking at things with different perspectives. You're looking at things maybe at a more open mind. And this may be your time to express yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because Aquarius being the sign of independence and Mercury being the sign of communication, maybe it's time for you to take a stand in some area of something that you believe in firmly. Maybe it's just time for you to get your footing on what it is that you believe. Also, we have the planet Saturn, which is discipline and limitation, hanging out in Aquarius still. So, maybe, and also with Jupiter, the planet of expansion and luck, hanging out in Aquarius. So we have all these things going on in Aquarius. So guess what? Look at what we're looking at on the news. Like, I don't even have to explain to you why all of that fits in together, what's going on at Capitol Hill, because this is the energy that the planets are drawing out, where people are taking a stand for what they believe in, whether it be right or wrong, because, I don't feel there's anything wrong for taking a stand that you believe in. But I do have a problem with, higher powers and how they treat certain situations. But, that's not neither here or there. I'm not here to be on either side. I'm not here to talk to you about politics. But I'm telling you that this energy is out there and how you can use it, just how it was just being used anyway without people. I'm pretty sure a lot of these people don't study astrology. This has become, consuming of their whole life, of the things that they have going on with the election, everything. Everybody has something that they're really into, whether it be religion, politics, spirituality, reading, studying, researching, or not reading, researching, or reading, getting into whatever it is that they get into. But this actual planetary action right here is being shown live, right what happened on Capitol Hill, and with the attitude of the people who are supporting that type of energy is what's being shown right here. But you can also flip and use that energy as, to expand your understanding, expand your perspective, you know what I'm saying, lock down your beliefs and what it is that you believe in, and continue to be progressive and grow in your mind. It's time for you to expand your mind. So with all that going on in Aquarius, and that is basically this that's going on in Aquarius is basically shining a light of what's going on in humanity. This whole planetary action right here. So we also have the planet of mystery and illusion at its home sign, Pisces, which is the sign of intuition, imagination, and mysticism. So maybe your dreams are becoming more vivid, especially if you are a Pisces, Neptune being in your home sign. It is a big thing for you because that means you're going to expand as a person. So you're probably going to go further into your dreams, further into the dream world, further into your mind, really expanding your spiritual practice. This is for everyone. You know, this is a good time to really open up. That veil is kind of thin between, this world and the next. If you are a person who believes in, other worlds and other dimensions and maybe life after death or those type of things, this is your arena right here with Neptune being in Pisces for you to really dig into those things and maybe increase activity in your spiritual practice, maybe go to the next level. Maybe if there are levels to your spiritual practice, maybe it's time for you to go to the next level in whatever that practice may be. Maybe it's time for you to, up your game a little bit. And this is the energy that you can use to do with Neptune being in Pisces. It creates a very thin veil of, the things, the unknown. So that is not all that we have going on. We cannot forget about Uranus and Mars. Mars, the action planet, the energy planet, the planet that gets shit done. And we have Uranus, the planet of change, originality, and eccentrics. That is the planet that rules Aquarius, actually. So that's why Aquarius is the unusual spirit sign, the rebel of the zodiac, the independent, the lone wolf. Not necessarily the lone wolf, but, just, the different one. So we have both Uranus and Mars in Taurus. Taurus is a sign of stability and practicality. If anybody has a Taurus or knows a Taurus or has a Taurus in their life, they pretty much are who they are. They're not really prone to a lot of changes. They don't really like a lot of change. They are, pretty much set in their ways. And, they just, are who they are. It's also an earth sign, so it's very grounded. And, hold on. We have Uranus and Mars hanging out in Taurus. So, with Uranus hanging out in Taurus, maybe it's time for you to change up your routine because that's all Uranus brings is unexpected change. And Taurus being the sign of stability and, your home and stuff like that. Maybe it's just time for a change in the home. Maybe it's just time for you to switch up your routine. And Mars is going to give you the energy to do that. Mars is bringing some fresh, passionate energy into Taurus. That's what it does. So anytime that you see Mars hanging out in a sign, especially you see Mars hanging out in a sign like Taurus, it's just there to give you a push. So whatever your sign is or whatever that sign energy is, that is all it's doing. It's there to give you a push. So Mars is there to push you to make changes, and also bring passion. Anytime Mars is in Taurus, it's because Taurus is a passionate sign because might not be the sign of relationships, but it definitely does have a lot to do with your home and how you interact with your family and stuff inside of your home. So Mars and Uranus bringing that fresh energy and changes to that. Maybe it's just time for you to up your game in your relationship. Maybe it's just time for you to go ahead and call your crush up and see what's going on. Or maybe it's time for you to do something with your family, but there's the passion and the drive is there for you to make whatever changes in your home that you need to make. Okay? So, that concludes our planetary action for our Ratchet Astrology Report. I also wanted to add something extra for you. With all of this planetary action going on in these current signs, that also means chakra upgrades. And basically a chakra upgrade is when you go to the next level in your meditation and you expand and you really expound on the information and whatever it is, the energy that chakra actually carries. So when these planets, under these planets and this new moon and these new beginnings and us getting grounded and doing the things that we want to do, we really want to make sure that we are practicing meditation, that we are really practicing meditation meditation, that we are really grounding ourselves in meditation, because Capricorn is a grounded sign. It's a new moon. We're setting your intentions. Taurus is also a earth sign, and it has Mars and Uranus. So this is where your time to just take change. It's all about change. This whole planetary action, this whole week is all about setting your intentions to make the changes that you need to make sure that you walk into the purpose that you are called to walk in. You know, this is a time where we don't need to be lax. We don't need to be... Capricorns are not a lax sign. You know, when it's time for them to get to it, they fucking get to it. You know what I'm saying? So with this new moon in Capricorn, get to it. Make your list. Okay, so I don't really know what it's called. I think a Wham Bam, Cam Bam, whatever it's called, whatever this board is called. You just take you a board, or if you don't have a board, take you some sticky notes, and you make 3 columns. And in those columns, you have your to-do column, you have your in progress column, and you have your done column, and it just flows like that. That's a way for you to get organized. Figure out how you want to set your goals. If you're going to set short-term goals, if you're going to set long-term goals, is you're going to set goals for 2 weeks at a time, you want to set your goals for a month at a time, 3 months at a time, 6 months at a time. What are you going to do? It is time for you to plan and strategize. And like I said, if you have not started journaling, if you don't have a journal, now is a good time for you to get one, because you know, you need to be keeping a record. You need to be keeping an account. You need to be having accountability to yourself. So these are the chakras that are getting upgrades: the throat chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus, and the third eye chakra. So look up information about those specific chakras and put them into your meditations, and make sure you write about whatever it is that you have going on, wherever you're at in your spiritual journey. Make sure that you are writing it. I practice what I call free writing, and it's basically when I clear all my mind and I just start writing. And you know, I go from there, and then you set your intentions. You write down what it is that you want to see. What do you see yourself doing? Try to leave other people out of it, because with the sun being in this new moon in Capricorn, we want to highlight self right now. You know, it is in us to want to help each other, especially if you're a spiritual person. We always want to give out our healing. We always want to get out a helping hand. Right now, focus on you, write about you, worry about you, and build on you. You have time to help everybody else later on down the line. But right now, this week, we want to focus on self, okay? And make sure that you visit Queen-ish Homemade Beauty and Spiritual at the Soul Shop 419 or Royal Highness Accessories for those of you who like to use a little extra greenery inside of your meditations. I know I had an edible last night. Something happened on my phone and freaked me out, and I didn't do the video last night, so I'm up early as hell this morning, almost about to be late for work doing this video. But make sure you visit Soul Shop 419 to get the other night I did a love bomb with the crown chakra salt bath. Oh my god, I felt like I just drowned myself in like heaven water. So, you know, make sure you're visiting them to get your products and stuff that you need for any rituals and stuff that you want to do, spiritual baths and stuff that you want to take. They offer all type of services and stuff like that. So, but for me, for my new moon ritual for this evening, I'm just planning on doing a whole lot of strategizing and writing, looking up different, you know, go outside the box, get on the internet, use that internet, Don't you know that most people who that are like successful right now and who are emerging out of 2020 is because we didn't have nothing but time, and we didn't have nothing to do except get on the internet and research and then get to work. You know what I'm saying? We didn't start all of this stuff by, you know, just waiting for things to fall in our lap. If you're one of those people, good for you. You probably have a lot of Jupiter in your chart, because Jupiter is the planet of luck. But for those of us who have to get up and work, those of us who have stuff in our chart, I don't have a lot of struggle in my chart, but in my chart, it just basically says that I'm just the woman to like be who elevate out of the station that I was born in at birth. So the state I was born in, baby, I'm a crack baby. So, you know, I was born poor. I was born with nothing. And, you know, I'm just trying to build myself out of that. So this week, I'm going to be setting my intentions on strategies on all these streams of income that I have opened up. How do I open them up further? Those are going to be my intention setting goals for this week. Just a whole lot of writing and maybe a few candles and a couple rituals here and there, but that's between me and my ancestors, just like yours is between you and your ancestors. So you guys finish out this beautiful week, and you know what, I'm going to get out of using those terms week, day, month, because you know this could be the start of somebody's week. Maybe you worked all weekend and work Monday, Tuesday, and today is your Monday. Or today could be your Saturday. You know what I'm saying? But wherever you are, wherever you at. Until next time, I love y'all and be blessed, stars.